voice and nam. Pa here abo the pass of the armor tank. Obuli today being a market day, being Saturday. May 17, 2025, being Saturday. Here pass of the armor tank. Obuli go crow jaja. There when have able to cause in there when they have also. Pine, they play the show. And Namoko. Obrigwany ga-egburu onwe isi anyị na-awa ajiji nke eje achụ ka ha rabụ ụmụnne anyị niile bụ ndị just support all the zoo Nigerian terrorists na-abịa agba anyị wọ ha nchara ile ha niile ya eketa ya ọnwụ n'ofu n'ofu ka bụ ihe ogbuligwe tiri ha eleka akwụ taa bụ Saturday bụ ahịa eke May 17, 2025 pa anyị ọkwa ka o si adị obrigwe anyị ji egbu onwe ọgụ anyị lalụ bụ ọgụ eji ọfọ alụ ọgụ eji ọfọ alụ ka anyị lalụ ka ha niile ha bụ ndị sila anyị bụ ihe ndị dị ha gala atọ ndụ lewere ọnwụ ma ha ma ndị amị ha ma ndị ebube agụ ha ma ndị udo ga-achị ha ka ha halaghị all their joining task force sila ọ bụ anyị nwa bụ ụmụ Biafra bụ ihe dịrị ha n'ihi na anyị na-ekwu okwu nwere onwe anyị ha were sila anyị aja aga ha ncha niile ya atọ ndụ ala were ọnwụ na dị ihe ekwensu jere eme ha ihe ọnwụ jere eme ha ihe ike jere eme ha n'otu n'otu ma ha ma ụmụ ha ma ha ma ụmụnne ha ma ha ma ezinụlọ ha pa ihe bụ ihe ogbuligwe kụrụ ha ọkụrụ ha jaja ya na-akpọ nke esi na believing because ịma na ha na-ekwe ihe anyị ha na-eje anaghị ekwe ewepụta ya na social media ihe anyị na-eme ha anaghị ekwe ewepụta ya na net because ha na-ewepụta ya na net ihe ifere ka ọ la-abụ nyere ha and ha ntu aka esi ezobie ntu aka esi gidi ya mụ ala Biafra erikọcha ndụ ha nchara ile na ha chukwu oke abịa.
Breaking news. Zoo police begs Anambra indigenes to sabotage Biafra Liberation Army personnel after dealing with them in Ekulobia. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel/television this very moment. Today's date is 11th of July 2025, and I have breaking information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. The police of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, has urged Anambra indigenes to sabotage the men of Biafra Defense Forces. This very matter is very, very serious, and it has to be treated as a serious matter with keen interest. So, this news is not only for those in Anambra State, or should I say in the old Anambra State, but for all Biafrans, especially all Igbos in the place they call Southeast Nigeria. If you are a resident of any state in the East, this very news is for you. You must listen to the very end of it, that you may get every information that comes with this very news. Very, very important. And I have a message for you, of course, because I'm not going to read from Vanguard News just like that without sending a message across. Now, it is no longer news that the men of BRF dealt a big blow to the joint task force comprising Ebubatono, Agone Chemba, AVG, Zoo Police, and Zoo Janjaweed Terrorist Army dealt a big blow on them just a couple of days ago in Ekulobia Junction and Oko, respectively. So, since they are having fear now that they know, actually they know. And I told you that the zoo is not ready for the second phase of Biafra liberation. Didn't I tell you that? Now they have started talking. They are now urging the residents in Anambra State to sabotage the men of Biafra Armed Forces. So without further ado, let us first of all read this very news in details. And as you can see on your screen, I will be reading from Vanguard News Nigeria, one of the Zoo media platforms, and their title says, Police urge Anambra residents to expose criminals masquerading as Biafra agitators. They call them criminals. Criminals. Now, let me make it very, very clear to all and sundry. The Biafra resistance fighters or Biafra Liberation Army do not engage in any criminality. I want to sound it very, very clear here that the men of Biafra Defense Forces, comprising resistance fighters, Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Navy, Biafra Air Force, and all of them, do not in any way engage in any criminal activity. Their job is to liberate Biafra. As you all have seen in so many videos on the social media, where the men of Biafra Defense Forces are, doing their thing, even in the public, both in the market square and, along the street where passerby are passing. In fact, our people feel safe when they are, seeing the Biafra, Defense Forces than when they see Nigerian police or military. Because Nigerian police and military are all terrorists. They are in our land to terrorize our people. It's very simple as ABCD. And that is what they do. It's either they extort money from our people or they kidnap them. Even when they kidnap them, they still extort money from them. They collect ransom. Some of them, they call it bailout, but it's ransom. It's not a bail, it's ransom. So our people know very well that the men of Biafra Defense Forces are their men, their real security, because they are the people's army, not the Nigeria Zoo Janjaweed terrorist army. Our people are aware. So I'm making it very, very clear to them, to even those who are not aware, that the men of Biafra Defense Force do not in any way engage in any crime. Their job is to fight the terrorists who are in our land, terrorizing our people and unaliving our women and children. These are the northerners in police and military uniform, including those recruited by these so-called governors in the southeast. Woto Bubago, Agone Chemba, AVG, Udogachi, Ndiakodo, all of them put together. They are all criminals, terrorists in uniforms. So we will deal with them decisively. Now, let us read in details before dropping my message to our people. According to them, the police command in Anambra has called on residents to expose suspected criminals who are hiding under the guise of Biafra's self-determination to carry out criminal activities in the state. And Ozodiki Beya, any individual engaging in criminal activities such as robbery, armed robbery, kidnapping, and all that, they are not Biafra Defense Forces. They are not Biafra Liberation Army. Neither are they Biafra resistance fighters. No. In your child former, they are Zoo police. They are Nigerian police and military. Sometimes they operate without uniform. They operate in mufti. I have so many testimonies where people were kidnapped and taken to the bush, ransom collected, and some people who were unable to pay ransom, who come from poor family, were unalived, their body mutilated, their private parts taken and sold to foreign countries. We have a lot of testimonies. People are passing through, even as I'm speaking to you now, this thing is still happening in our land. They are doing it. So in your child for a phone and dinner ndugu non police and army, including in the Soludo na Hope or danger with Indio to finally recruit as local security officers. They are nowhere the Biafra Defense Forces. Our men are highly concentrated. If they couldn't turn to something else when the criminals are in charge of the Biafra liberation for the past 7 months, is it now that genuine people have taken charge or are in charge of Biafra liberation, you think they will now go on or go ahead to commit crimes in our land? It's not possible. It is not possible, I'm telling you. Now, they continue here. The command spokesperson, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, appealed in a statement issued on Thursday in Awka. The Commissioner of Police, CP Anambra Command, Ikioye Orutugu, has reiterated the command's commitment to restoring lasting peace and security in the state. Nakon, let us even see the idiot Anakpo Orutugu. Another Fulani man, look at him. This is the current police commissioner of Anambra State. Look at his face. Inegodo onye anyị ya ma na onye abụ onye ogbu mmadụ, onye ori ka ọ bụ, onye abụ onye ogbu mmadụ. A murderer. Ndị ife onye agbu gbugolo. Arụ ya niile anya ya na-achazi ọbara ọbara, aka ya na-acha ọbara ọbara. Onye egbugo gwogwo. And most of those only egbu kwa ndị Igbo anyị. He has also urged residents, especially community leaders and youth groups. Did you hear that? Hey, oh my goodness me. I have a message. He has also urged residents, especially community leaders, which means in the president generals and the, political igwes. Okono na anuolumu political ndieze. Those igwes and high chiefs, Governor Sunyalompo. Obuna Governor Nyalogimpo. Ni surrounding collectorate staff from Governor. I have a message for you this very afternoon, and you must pay attention because in Cape Azua, the Biafra liberation has gone back to autopilot. Where's any leader in Cape Azua? Nobody is leading us. It's now in autopilot. No. Now. We are now in autopilot. So every president generals, every whatever you call yourself, community leader, political igwe, chiefs, high chiefs, and all that, with them, youth leaders, I want you to know, na Biafra agitation, whatever you may call it, whether agitation or liberation, has gone back to autopilot. Nobody's giving command. Nobody's giving any command. Are you paying attention? So, obuna ogun wakadi zu ye yuzu we suondi na anu ogun were onwimi. Consider yourself done and dusted. Idigo done and dusted. Amam battalion also. Inwere ke na government house cholo no soludo nyego no there mo hope uzo di manyego no mo Peter mbanyego no geni abli dia. But I want to assure you, because Ogwana ka azota anibo. Ogu ifo na anu ife abuka azota anibo. So mu Igbo, mu anibo, so na azu ndị na-anụ ọgụ aka azota ya bụ ani. Inwa anwa asuo ndị na-anụ ọgụ imi mu ani akugbuo gi. Ebe osokwa gi hide ya. You can never ever go scot free. I'm telling you. So able president general, able community leader, able high chief, whatever you are, cabinet members of Ndieze, you must pay attention. It is no longer business as usual. No matter where you are. And they continued, community leaders and youth groups, to support ongoing efforts to ensure safe environment by exposing criminal elements operating under the guise of self-government agitation, he said. It's not a crime. You call them criminals, but they are not. You Nigerian police, you army, you Nigerian army, you are the real criminals. You are the real terrorists. You know what you do. We have all the evidences of your criminal activities in our land. You support Fulani herdsmen terrorists to invade people's lands. After this very broadcast, I will give another news of what happened in, Ebonyi State and Benue State, respectively, in order to expose them the more. So you are the real criminal. You are the terrorist. And the owners of the land have told you to leave. And you have no any other option. The only option is to leave. If you don't leave, ani Biafra ataisigi. Ani Igbo ataisigi. Ibru AK. When no na ani Igbo. Na abawishu mazi Igbo. Ani Igbo ya ataisigi. Even though you don't believe in our culture, Even though you don't believe in our tradition, as long as you woji yuru wendi kake nolo na anibo buru eke na agbawishu mazi igbo anibo ya ati sigi nka for sure 100% you can never ever go scot-free. It is not possible. So the earlier you leave, the better for you. And any Igbo son or daughter na serve zoo no na these uniforms mkpọrọ afa ya e can all there. And especially as obuna sending na no na Igbo na alụ ya bụ ọlụ ife kwensu ya eme gị. I'm telling you, ife kwensu ya eme gị. And ndị na-esu ya bụ imi ife kwensu ya eme unu ncha niile. Mad people everywhere. Ikenga said the appeal followed recent intelligence report indicating that some individuals were exploiting separatist sentiments to engage in extortion, you see, abduction, you see, and targeted attacks on innocent citizens. It's a lie. There is nobody talking about separation that is using it to target innocent citizens. It is a lie. These are propaganda that the zoo police and army cooked up in order to give the dog a bad name, to hang it. Oh yes, in order to hang it, just like Afafana Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Which name have they not called Mazin Nnamdi Kanu? They have called him terrorist. They say he committed treasonable offense, treasonable felony. They called him all manner of names. Is Mazin Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist? Ndibo kanjuke no. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu or a terrorist? Did he commit treasonable offense? Or when August no choriga overthrow Buhari maọbụ Tinubu? The answer is no. But Afafana Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. So ọ bụ na ibelieve na ndị na-anọrọ gị ọgụ nwere onwe na zoo police si ugwu wee gbarata wee were egbe tudosi anyị ncha n'iru tudosi anyị ncha n'isi si na ya anọrị na zoo weda ma anyị achọrọ ya ma na anyị achọrọ ya iwe believe na a na-akpọzi ndị na-anọrọ gị ọgụ nwere onwe criminals, tag ya for abductors, extorters. While all of them, they are the one who extort money from our people. So go bụ onye Igbo iwe believe zia ife fa na-ekwu nonsense afa na-ekwu na screen gị, then it means you don't know what is going on, and you need iji okwu a na-ekwu gba wee mele ife. You need iji okwu a na-ekwu kịta wee mele ife ka o doo gị anya ọfụma. They are the real extorters, they are the abductors, they are the criminals. They are the ones that carry attacks on innocent people. We have evidences everywhere. Are they going to deny it? Or are they lying to themselves? Mad people everywhere. And they continued. He noted that the CP acknowledged, who is your CP, Olutugu from the north? Who is your CP? How can a Fulani man, a northerner, give me security in my God-given land, in Biafra land, in Igbo land? How can a northerner give me security? After unaliving over 5 million Igbos between 1967 to 1970, you want to come and give me security now? You think I'm a fool? You think I'm a coward? You Ichanama Marife? Any Igbo man who believe no only you need security because no police uniform or no army uniform, man Marife. After Kafabusri, umunna naga, even Kaya bicha afaka nebukwa na Asaba. Or de Kafaya biazin ke bazanya security. Imani yabunuche gadron, imadi fese. Fobuni boni bonechu dechi marife. He said he noted that the CP acknowledged Anambra's long-lasting reputation as a peaceful, tolerant, innovative, and industrial state. Don't praise us. CP Olutugu, do not praise us. We know who we are. We don't need your praises. Don't come here to sing praises to us. You are not one of us. You are not one of us. And you cannot tell us who we are. You cannot tell our story. We know our story. We know who we are. Don't praise us. We don't need your praises. Take your praises to the north. We don't need it here. Okay? We know who we are. So don't come here to camouflage. We know you hate us. You hate us to the core. So don't come here to confuse us with praises. We have opened our eyes are open now. Now, according to him, the commissioner emphasized the importance of distinguishing between legitimate advocacy and the actions of those taking advantage of unrest for personal gain. Who are they? They are Nigerian army and Fulani terrorists. The Nigerian army and police, in conjunction with Fulani terrorists that they are protecting. Is it not the truth? Oh, yes, it is. The safety and progress of Anambra lie in our collective resolve to reject violence and criminality in any form. You never see anything. You will never see anything. The statement quoted Olutugu as saying, the command reaffirmed its commitment to working closely with local communities, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and other stakeholders to dismantle criminal network and ensure public safety. You see, I'm not going to continue reading because I don't want to use my mouth to mention their useless phone number. You understand? But agwago m ndị be anyị ejigo m Igbo gbuo n'okwu ịmara asị sụọ n'ikwe na ịmara asị sụọ naanị. Ọ bụ na ị bụ community leader, traditional rulers, religious leader, na ịbụ onye ụka iso na ndị fada ma ọ bụ ndị ụkọchukwu, ọ bụ na isu imi ya na-agwa gị ka ị bịa bido sube ani Igbo ya ata isi gị for sure. I'm giving you assurance for that. Thank you, my people. Tosalo Numozia and make it go viral.
All right, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, welcome you to this wonderful YouTube platform, that will continue to give you updated news and information on everything trending and happening in Biafran territory. Now, let me just round up the whole, video. First of all, you saw the first video, of the men on ground doing what they know how to do best, and that is securing Biafran land. In as much as a lot of issues arose within the week concerning the activities of men on ground, so many people said a lot of things about their activities, how they are not getting enough funds to take care of themselves, how they are not able to buy enough groundnut to put in the OCC. You understand what I mean, and other things. But in everything, one thing we can assure is, despite the rebellious nature of some certain element that I'm not going to talk about, because for now I feel that people who are handling it well. Now, despite the rebellious nature, the fact still remains that these guys are still doing the needful in making sure that they protect their land. There is no other sacrifice bigger than this. And this is why I keep on saying, when you're being taken by the spirit of freedom, that is the Biafran spirit, a lot about you changes. And that is why I still feel that those people who are being rebellious about the struggle, those people who continue to sabotage the struggle over and over again, have not deeply been rooted with the spirit of freedom. That is the spirit of Biafra. This is where the problem lies. So it's not about, oh yes, I'm here to support the struggle, I'm fighting for the struggle of the freedom of our people. Have you been overtaken with the spirit of Biafra? That is a total spirit on its own. I heard one pastor, when he was giving a prophecy on Master Simon Ekpa, he said that Simon Ekpa, he's being driven by the spirit of freedom. The spirit of freedom, that is another spirit on its own. And that is why Simon Ekpa, in less than few years, he was able to accomplish a lot of things, and he will accomplish more if he eventually comes out. And that is just the reality of things, because he is driven by this spirit of freedom. So despite the ups and downs, the rebellious nature, despite how you try to push him aside and all that, he will still come out on top. He will still continue to do what he knows best. That is what he knows to do. It's as simple as that, because he is driven by the spirit of freedom. The same thing with Mazenam Dekano. The same thing with Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. The same thing with, so many of them who fought for the freedom without, considering anything, without considering their laws. They sacrificed a lot of things, and they are still sacrificing, just to achieve the needful for the freedom of their people. So you must understand where they stand, and you must understand what they are fighting for, and you must understand the reason why they must gain what they are fighting for. It's as simple as that. So a lot is happening, especially in Anambra State, from the news that you heard. Anambra State is in a state of disarray at this point in time. A lot of things is going left in Anambra State, and this is because of the way the governor of Anambra State have given these criminals ways to penetrate into Biafran land and continue to perpetrate all kind of atrocities. He left the primary purpose of his leadership, which is for the freedom of his people of Anambra State, Biafrans. He focused on fighting innocent people. I heard the comment he made, the so-called governor of Anambra State, Charles Soludo. I heard the statement he made, rather. Charles Soludo came out and said that it is Ndibo, his people, Biafrans, young men and women, are the ones who are perpetrating, the insecurity happening in Biafran land. He said that they are the one. He didn't even politicize it. That was my annoyance. Because if he politicized it, it could have been better. At least, the blame will be pushed to the politicians, which we also know are part of this so-called insecurity. But he was specific that it is Ndibo, his own people, the Anambra and the rest of them, the way he said it, are the people who are perpetrating, this this heinous act of crime in Biafran land. Just because of he is trying to please the Fulanis. But he forgot that our people, have been complaining tooth and nail concerning them, concerning the day-to-day activities of attacks and genocide in Biafran land by these Fulani herdsmen. He forgot that the so-called Zoo army are moving and roaming about, Biafran land with their armor tankers. He forgot that the terrorists and Janjaweed army have been buying innocent people in Biafran land, in Anambra State also. He didn't mention that. He forgot that the terrorist police have also been buying them and helping the so-called, bandits and terrorists who continue to penetrate into Biafran land. He forgot that. He didn't mention that. But he was quick to blame Biafrans, for the heinous crime committed in Anambra State. This is what these politicians do. And that is why I'll keep on saying your governors, your representative, both in the national and federal level, National Assembly and House of Assembly, they do not have your interest at heart. They do not have your interest at heart, and you must understand this. They don't. If they do, they will do the needful. They don't have your interest at heart. They are only after what they will get. What comes to them is as simple as that. That is that on today's wonderful news that we brought to you on this wonderful YouTube channel. We'll keep on giving you more news and information today. That this wonderful Sunday, where so many things is happening in our Biafran land. Please, if you are in Anambra State, wherever you are, especially in Biafran land, both those, especially those in diaspora that doesn't know what is happening in Biafran land, please make sure that this video gets to as many as possible, so that they will know what is happening in Biafran land. For those who are still supporting, the gallant men on ground, please continue to do so. Show your support, because those boys are doing the needful in making sure that Biafran land is safe again for living. You can also support our YouTube channel, by sending us some super chat and super stickers. God bless you.